I'm using a proper camera this time, not my phone. I've placed my mirror because it doesn't have like the flip screen, so I can't see myself, so I've positioned my mirror behind the camera so I can kind of see myself. So if I check there once in a while to see whether it's still recording, that's why. Anyway, I wanted to do a quick little checkup, like a mini podcast maybe. I will later on add in a little extra clip where I talk about the Moby sweater that I filmed on my phone a couple of weeks ago, because I finished the sweater and I've gifted it to my boyfriend. But I just wanted to talk about a couple of little things. Honestly, this is my first time using a camera, like a proper camera, so I don't know how this is gonna go. This is my mom's old camera, so we're just figuring things out. I just want to get back into YouTube, making little simpler videos, and I've quite some projects going on right now, and I finished a couple of them too, knitting wise, so I felt like this would be good to film something. Anyway, you can follow me, by the way. If you want to see more day-to-day content, go to my TikTok. That's where you can just see me work on stuff. It's very low effort and low quality content, but I just post on there the most because it's the easiest. My Instagram is not that representative of all the things that I make, just because I feel like my feed has to be beautiful, which it is not, but I am planning on posting some more progress pictures on there as well. Anyway, the first project I'm working on is an improvisation thing, and I want to get into making my own patterns this year, and I'm currently wearing a top that I will show you later. It's a striped top. I will talk about it later, but I designed this and I'm not totally happy with it in the way that I want to make a pattern out of it, but I am writing a new pattern for it, which I will start somewhere this week, but I have actually a lot of schoolwork to do, so I kind of actually have to work on that first. Because I want to make more patterns, I started working impulsively on a cardigan, because I want to make a cardigan that is oversized like the champagne cardi kind of, but that is not a V-neck. Every single cardigan that I look for is either high neck but very slim fitting, or oversized but a V-neck. And I have the champagne cardigan, I made the champagne cardigan, but I want something that has a round high neck, like a crew neck. I saw this picture, I don't know if it's gonna fit on the screen, but I saw a picture of this woman and I was inspired by it, and it's not an actual pattern, it's just a bod sweater, so I'm not plagiarizing anything, but I liked the idea of the combination of the white with dark blue and the stars, and I wanted to try and make myself a raglan high neck cardigan. And so I went on to the Drops website and I ordered. It was very fast service, by the way, but you have to buy stuff from like providers nearby, and so I bought yarn in the Netherlands. I'm from Belgium, so I was thinking it's gonna take a couple of days. It arrived the next day, so I bought plenty of drops Nepal. I bought it in the color, I don't know if there's names for the colors, but this is color 6790, and it's the Drops Nepal, so it's wool and alpaca. Then I got this shade, this beige, basically like this oat color. I did maybe want it to be a little bit more of a white, but I couldn't really figure it out on the website itself to see whether it was as white as I thought, so it's a little bit darker, but I don't mind actually. I did, however, afterwards watched a video by Typical Bliss by Tiffany Lou, and she said that it pills. I'm not even sure if it was this one, but she talked about a yarn that pills pretty quickly, and I think it might have been this one, because I think you can wash this in the washing machine. I'm not sure, because it says wool and alpaca for every day, and I thought it was superwash, but I'm not sure. Maybe that's only for merino. But yeah, I bought plenty. Got this whole box, and I always thought that if you went to get wool or alpaca, it's gonna be expensive, but I spent a total of 34 euros on this for 12, 13, 14, 15 skeins total. So that's good for wool and alpaca. So what I have so far is this. So as I thought, my camera died. So to continue, I didn't know what it was gonna look like because I'm not very good with making patterns, and so I just started this. I started with the ribbing, and then I did 2 rows of double knitting so I could create this fold if I wanted to, and I should have probably done a couple more rows so I could create a little bit of a wider edge, but I think it also could be kind of cute if it's just like a little edge. The thing I struggle with most is calculating my mom is in the hall and I think it's kind of awkward to talk about knitting while she's nearby, but okay. I'm gonna talk a little bit quieter. But one of the things I struggle with is trying to calculate how many stitches I should cast on, and so I've looked through a lot of other patterns on Drops and by petiteKnit to kind of figure out. And petiteKnit had 16 stitches she cast on for the shoulders, so I did that too. But I did cast on more on the back. I cast on 28 stitches on the back and she did like 19, I think, or something like that for the smallest size, because she does German short rows back and forth to shave the back, and I don't, or I didn't do that, or I don't want to. I want to keep the pattern as simple as possible because I do not know how to calculate any sizes. I really struggle with that. Like, I know how you can calculate a gauge, but I don't know how that it applies to, the camera's gonna shut off again. I don't know how that applies to how many rows you should do, right? And like raglan and increases and all that. So I still have to figure that out, but I'm gonna finish, I'm just gonna do the yoke and then we'll see. And I don't know where I'm gonna add the stars and the white yet, so we also have to figure that out.
Swallowed an AirPod. I know when you said I was feeling very normal for the first 6 days. Now I can't stop puking neon yellow. Went to the hospital and they diagnosed me with a bacterial infection.
Something that probably I'm not supposed to do, but I'm reading for school and knitting at the same time, because you know what? I have seen people saying like, hold a pen in one hand and you draw just like random circles while you're reading or studying. It can help you concentrate. And I don't believe in that, but then I am also so addicted to knitting, which is really bad. Don't do that. That I just, my camera's gonna die. I'm like, maybe I should try and read and knit, because I have to read a bunch of philosophy stuff on freedom and loneliness that I'm just like, let me just knit at the same time. I just have to purl and knit, and that's that. I don't have to concentrate. And it works. And it goes perfectly well. And I've read I've read 50 pages in half an hour, which is like great, or maybe not half an hour, but you know, and I have 2 more to go. This one is 12 pages, and then I have to read like 20 pages of Anna Karenina, and then I'm done. And look at how much I've managed to do. Yeah, whatever. Okay, goodbye. My card is full. Why does that keep happening? Good morning. I'm not going to show you my face because I just woke up. Or that's a lie. I've been knitting for 2 hours straight. Not working on this though. I was working on my Marseille sweater. But since the last time I saw you, I actually started the intarsia knitting. And look. Okay, you can't see anything because I'm only using 80 centimeter needles instead of like 100 and something. It's all bunched up. I don't know, I'm gonna try and show you better. So there are definitely some parts that are a lot more bunched up than they should be. I'm finishing off the intarsia. I did cheat a little bit because, as it turns out, I'm not really good at sewing intarsia. So as you can see, all the stars are really bunched up. I try to do my best, but it just never works out. I can't get the tension right. Some of the stars are like stitches are super loose. So I decided to skip the last 2 rows where I just work on the little legs. I'm gonna duplicate stitch those on afterwards, but I'm just gonna finish this last increase row because the increases for the sleeves were finished before those of the back. So I did like 10 more increases, I think, on the front and back sides. And so afterwards I can, if I finish this one and then a purl row, I can put the sleeve stitches on a hold, and then I can continue with the body. I have no idea whether I'm in frame or not, but I'm working on my 3rd row after finishing the stars, I have to duplicate stitch on top of them. I did connect underneath the arms, and I did 4 extra stitches, and in the meantime I'm trying to watch some videos to inform myself on how I can calculate different sizes, but I just cannot find any proper videos. People are just like, how to adapt gauge for a pattern you have bought, but I just want to, I know if I have the width of something I know how to do it, but I just don't know how to apply it to raglan, like increases and decreases. I just don't know, and that's why I'm trying to keep everything about the sweater very simplistic, because I'm scared. The stars themselves look nice, but just the body of the stars is all crumpled up, so I don't know if there is any way to fix that. I might block it. I don't I don't know if that might do anything, but I don't know, I guess we'll see. I think after I reattach the blue so I can just continue with the body, I might work a little bit more on my Marseille sweater because I just also want to finish that sweater. So if that one's finished, I can just fully focus on designing my own patterns. Which sounds stupid, but that's really what I want to do. Anyway, what do you think of my cute 1940s jacket that I bought in Amsterdam? It was with my boyfriend hates it, but I love it. Now that I have it, it looks a lot like the Mélange sweater by petiteKnit, but it's not the Mélange sweater. It's true vintage. The lady at the counter said it's very rare, so I don't know rare what because it has no brand name in there, but change up the subject of this video a little bit. I have my Marseille sweater right here. This one I started during my exam period, so that should be somewhere around December or the beginning of January. I put this aside while miraculously doing the yoke of that other sweater in like a week. Okay, so I finished the whole body and the neckline, and the only thing I regret is not doing the ribbing at the bottom in 3mm. You know, the pattern said 4mm, but because this is such a mohair-y kind of blend of yarn, it became really uneven, and I did the neckline in 3mm like the pattern said, and that looks so much neater. I don't know if it's going to be focused. And then I started the sleeves. I started with this one, and I thought it looked way too big, and that I still had way too many stitches after decreasing 5 times. So I put that on hold, and I did the other sleeve. And I've arrived at the length where I should just do the ribbing, and I'm going to do that in 3mm because I want it to be as nice as the neckline. But then I felt like I calculated, and I actually have the correct amount of stitches on the arm that I thought was too big, but I don't understand why this one looks bigger than this one. It's not, if my calculations are correct, it's not too big, but it just feels wrong. But I also kind of relieved so that I don't have to redo this whole part and the whole shoulder, because I did the German short rows. I was getting tired of it. I did forget to do half of the shoulder here, but I don't think it shows that much, so we're doing fine. I'm just going to do one round of ribbing, and then I'm going to clean up my room and do other stuff that I actually have to do, or that I want to do. I have to remind myself to play guitar for my guitar class, and I have to remind myself that I have to finish a book in 2 weeks where I'm only 100 pages in, so really not good. I also look really tired, and my boyfriend is staying over tonight, so I don't have the evening to do any other stuff besides knitting, so I should just leave this to the side for now, basically.
You ready? Guess what time it is? It's 3 o'clock. It took an hour and a half to get here. And then...
Hi. I love her. I do love her. I just ate lunch, and I grabbed my last ball of yarn and this darning needle because, yes, it's on the floor, but I finished my Marseille sweater. And the only thing I have left to do is weave in the ends everywhere. And because I tried Judy's Magic cast on for the first time when making this sweater, it turned out horrible, as you can see. It's super uneven. There's like holes and stuff, so I'm gonna try and kind of patch that up with a duplicate stitch. There's not that many ends I have to weave in because there's just all one color. And then I'll do a try on, and I'm gonna wear it to class tonight. I have class from 5 to 8 p.m., which is not amazing.
Work to do, but I think we're gonna get it done. I really don't want to ruin the floors, so I think it's about time I get a dryer. This video's all over the place because I don't know what I'm doing with my life, and I just keep...
I don't really like John Mayer, but I once had to learn Pain of California on my guitar, and me and my teacher were just Yeah, we think he not plagiarized, but copied Kathy's song from Simon and Garfunkel. Don't, okay. It's finished. Ta-da! I know I spent the majority of the video focusing on cardigan that I'm making myself, but just because the one clip that I did talk about the Marseille sweater, I talked about how I was working on the sleeves, and now I finished the sleeves. I definitely maneuvered a little bit around the second one because the first one, I don't even remember which one, I did the shoulder shaping totally correctly, but I cast it on too many stitches, so I kind of had to decrease a lot more towards the end, but I don't think that really shows. Whereas the other one, I forgot to do half of the shoulder shaping, but I did cast on the correct amount of stitches, so that's good. I think it looks really nice. I do hate the bottom ribbing because I tried tubular cast off, and this, let me tell you, it was just not the right yarn to do tubular cast off with. I think it just looks really scraggly, and as I said before, I should have used a smaller needle size like I did on the neck and the cuffs. It's really warm and nice, and since the weather is still really shitty in Belgium, even though the sun is shining right now, they call it, I don't know what you would call it, like spring rain, Marseille. It's just rain, sun, all within like 10 minutes, so it's kind of insane. The temperature, it's still cold enough to wear this lovely sweater. I'm very happy with the color. Yeah, I am. This might be where I end the video, but I don't know. If I have more time, I will add more, but I don't want to wait too long before I post this video. So I'm just gonna finish watching the YouTube video that's on right now, and then I'm gonna do some other stuff. So yeah, bye-bye. I'm getting ready because I promised you I would. My hair always dries like this. I do have a bunch of rollers, but I always forget that I have them to use. I forgot about that for a second. Someone's installing a new bathroom or new toilet downstairs, so maybe I should do a voiceover for this.
Changes, work.
I love this. It's my favorite eyeshadow. This is not what my hair should look like. The makeup looks horrible camera. It looks a lot more neutral in real life. I did do down-toned makeup. I did not do brown eyeliner like I always do. And I probably shouldn't have put on my brownish blush with this pink eyeshadow. Maybe it's just because I put my hair in the rollers that I saw all of the breakage on my hairline, but I have a lot more breakage recently, or I'm just imagining that. But if I have a lot more breakage, oh, my hair looks good like this. If I have a lot more breakage, that is very disappointing because I started taking care of my hair so well. So I would like to keep my hair, please.
But people are just like, just straightforward, get to the point. They're not gonna like.
There we go. Outfit. My favorite new bag from Søstrene Grena, or however you pronounce it, I'm not Danish. And the sweater, all of my jeans are in the wash. So the only thing I have are these corduroy pants, which are slightly too small, but I really have to hurry because it's actually a lot later than I thought. So I have to go. Okay, right as I want to leave, it's been sunny for the last 2 hours and now clouds are gathering, and I swear that if there will be rain on my way, I will turn around and go